Good afternoon, everybody. This is Amy with 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida. I'm gonna wait for a few of you to jump on before I continue to update. Thanks for the clear. So many updates. I just figured I would jump on and do a live video. I'm getting a lot of messages, asking a lot of questions. So, right now, what?
Message from Carol, my heart.
I'm driving, so bear with me. Okay, so as you know, every day has been yet again another emergency after an emergency. We've put up posts about Sally, about Willow, about Mario, Balto, diarrhea. We have a lot on our plate, a lot of criticals, and I am doing this video just kind of to better describe and explain to everybody what happens and what goes on behind the scenes. When you see us post like yesterday, I received an urgent plea from one of our great adopters and volunteers, Carrie, who has our Sabre. She was at work in Hallandale. She sent me photos of a little dog that was found on the streets, curled up in a ball and terrified. She didn't know what to do. So she asked what we could do to help with two rescue houses that are bursting and so full. I'm like, well, the least we can do is get her off the street, see if she has a microchip. It was a girl. We named her Lavender. Which we did. Carrie, I had her bring Lavender to Blue Pearl 24-hour animal hospital. From there, they did blood work. She was not happy to be touched. She was growly and snapping, so that makes things a little more challenging. No microchip, no collar, no tags. I have been posting on every site on social media. I have reported her to the Broward shelter with photos and our contact information in case there's an owner that's looking for their dog. The dog is definitely somebody's pet. Whether she got out, whether she was left, I have no idea. I'm not a mind reader, but I don't understand why nobody has come forward. I did a paw boost. I posted on Nextdoor. I'm pretty frustrated. So we picked her up this morning. Tiffany picked her up and did a live video. She's now at Rescue House 1. Chewing on her feet, so we gave her Apoquil for possible allergies or any kind of nervous energy if she's uncomfortable. So we started her on Apoquil, we started her on some gabapentin. I've been going back and forth with Tiffany about Mario. They just did another ultrasound. They haven't fed him since yesterday because they wanted to see if whatever was in his stomach was going to pass. There are these little tiny circles that don't know what they are. So they're going to go ahead and offer him some food and see if he can pass it on his own, and see if he vomits. If he vomits, that means there's some sort of an obstruction. He did defecate a little bit, and it was normal, but it's very hard to see what's going on in his stomach. With his condition, it is very frightening to put him under anesthesia, to scope him. So we've decided we want to offer him food and see what happens. Poor Mario can't catch a break. My God. I mean, and I want to elaborate a little bit on, this is a dog, Mario, where the owner came and surrendered him, a 2-year-old dog who at the time, we were told she didn't have the funds to give him what he needed. So we said yes. When she dropped him off back then, which he was blind at the time, and I called her and she said he wasn't blind. So we found out later his condition. He's been receiving treatments every 3 to 4 weeks, which is very costly, not to mention driving him back and forth to Boynton Beach, where he spends the evening receiving his treatment. And his estimated time on this earth is under 2 years of age. So we want to give him the most quality of life. And then we happen to come upon this situation where now he is vomiting 6 times in one day, which is very concerning. So that's what we're dealing with now. Very costly yet again in the 24-hour animal hospital at Blue Pearl, ultrasound after radiograph, after fluids. That's Mario. Now we have Willow, who we rescued as an urgent plea from the Miami-Dade shelter. A little senior, 5 pounds, brought her to the rescue house. She was great. Then got her an echo where they determined she had a stage 5 heart murmur. They put her on 4 different heart meds, where she then went into basic no life whatsoever, just not lifeless. Then we brought her and rushed her to Blue Pearl because she was not eating and she was lethargic. She spent days there on all kinds of fluids and diagnostics. They stopped the heart medication. She's on 1 heart medication, and they did her kidney values. She wasn't eating. Then she started to eat just a little bit. They said she was ready to be released. Willow was picked up late last night by her foster, Sally and Doug. They are trying desperately to get her to eat between scrambled eggs, rotisserie chicken, roast beef, hot dogs, whatever she will eat. She ate a tiny bit of lunch meat this morning. So we're just going day to day with little Willow. It's so hard. It is so hard. I think we rescue all these seniors, all these dogs that are not seniors, that are criticals, and wanting to give them quality of life. And we it's like we keep getting slammed in the face with a brick wall, and rushing back and forth from doctors to specialists. And if I showed you a quarter of our medical bills, your heads would spin. Then we have little Sally. So as you know, we always do live videos to update everyone. Sally, we rushed on Wednesday from the neurologist after she had her back surgery, broken in 2 places, fractured jaw. Now she has an eye infection. Her eye is bulging. So we rush her and get an appointment at the eye specialist, which we did a live video. We were in traffic for hours. Got her taken care of, got her back to the neurologist. She's on like 4 different eye medications. Then I receive a call from the neurologist that they're out of one of the eye meds. And I'm like, the eye specialist, can you please just fill the prescription and send it over, and I'll pay with credit cards, which I did this morning. Then I got a call from them that they want to see her back tomorrow. So my head is just spinning, micromanaging all these different cases. On my end, Shelly and Keith are taking little Grace, the Chihuahua that was surrendered to us. She's coming around great. No vaccines, not spayed, not microchipped. So she's going into VCA today at 4:00. She's getting blood work, little Grace, and she's getting a microchip. And then we scheduled her for a spay on Tuesday. That's little Grace, who we rescued and took as an owner surrender from her family that handed her to me like a piece of stone that didn't move and was terrified. Definitely terrified of men. Somebody was not kind to her, but she's really coming around with us. So that's little Grace. Sally, I have an appointment. They had a cancellation for tomorrow at the eye specialist. So that means we have to drive an hour up to Boynton, pick Sally up, then transport her to the eye specialist tomorrow at 2:30, 2:40, get her seen, and then bring her back to the neurologist because she's not ready to be released yet. Balto has started his diarrhea again, so we're trying to tweak that because he's on special food. He's on probiotics. We can't give him metronidazole because it affects his brain and his neurological issues, so we're up against a wall with that. Trust me when I tell you it is no fun to be cleaning up diarrhea of a dog that is just shooting diarrhea out and it's just going everywhere. It is a chore, to say the least. So we're dealing with poor Balto's bout of diarrhea. Yet again, nothing has changed with his food. We've done everything we're supposed to. We're diligent. So that's Balto. Then again, we have Wolfie, who's been with us for a long time. Shelly just texted me. She thinks he had a minor seizure. So that's Wolfie. Blake that we took in as a dog that was on death's door and has spent thousands of dollars on Blake. He has eaten our ottoman we had to throw away on our brand new couch. He has literally chewed up the entire couch. We have it covered. We have it taped because we don't want him on the floor. We put a Kuranda bed on the floor. He's frustrated. He does not want to be in that room. He wants a person. So he's acting out. We've had to give him trazodone to take the edge off of him. Poor Blake does not want to be in that room. So we're it's very frustrating. We beg and beg and beg day in and day out for fosters. Unfortunately, we're not getting any help with fosters for Blake, of any of the little dogs that we have that could definitely use a foster. So we have a very full plate here with 2 rescue houses, a lot of critical cases, a lot of medical bills that are piling up. Sometimes we just feel like we're just choking and we can't catch a break. I just keep telling myself and my team, guys, we do the best we can. Our dogs get everything that they need. Thank God we are so blessed that we can give that to them. Thanks to all of you for donating. That is why, yet again, I have a donate button on this video. So right now, I just wanted to do this video, I guess to vent a little bit, and I guess to update, not guess, but to update everybody on what we are battling and dealing with behind the scenes. Again, we're going to let them feed Mario, see what happens if he can pass the food or if he's going to regurgitate and vomit. If he vomits, that means we've got an issue. That means that it's not moving and there's something obstructing. And we're probably going to have to go in with a scope and see what it is that we can pull out these little tiny circles that are in his stomach. We're hoping that's not the case. We're very nervous about putting Mario under anesthesia with his condition. So that is our Mario, our Sally, our Balto, our Wolfie, our Blake, and our Willow update, and also our Grace update. Again, we still have so many dogs that need adoptions and fosters. We're just trying to keep pushing forward. We would love to be able to take more dogs in. We get tagged daily, and unfortunately, the emails continue to come as urgent pleas from the shelters, also from people that need to surrender, dogs that are on the streets, and our hands are tied. We cannot take in another dog until we start moving some of these dogs. As far as my personal dog, Maggie, I see you're asking, and I greatly appreciate you asking. Maggie started her chemotherapy orally. Yesterday was the first day. I was shaking with gloves on to put those pills in her mouth. I was so terrified. They said if she had any reaction, such as vomiting or diarrhea, to stop immediately. So I was holding my breath to put those pills in my dog. But I will tell you, she had no reaction the first day, and I am so grateful. So I'm hoping moving forward, the pills, she has to get 2 chemo pills Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So all I can do is keep praying that her body will accept and not react. And if it is the case, then thank you, God up above, because that is going to help her have more quality of life and keep that cancer away, hopefully, and give her more time. I'm not putting diapers on Balto because that is going to be a mess of diarrhea covering him. But thank you for your input. It's not happening. He will be covered in diarrhea. It'll be a nightmare. We have linens all on the floor from Bob and Christine, our fosters. That's how they do their puppies. And we just layer his pen on the floor. So if he does have diarrhea, we roll it, put it in a bag, and toss it in the garbage. Yeah, we're going to try something else. We don't know what. We've been speaking to the doctor as far as Blake to see if something else takes the edge off of him. We don't want him drugged. We want him just to have the edge taken off. I'm not drugging him. But again, we find this time and time again with our dogs. They don't want to be alone in a room. They're over it. They are feeling good and they want out. They want to be in a home. They want to be with a person. Blake is very affectionate, very loving. So we are desperately seeking a home for Blake, a foster, where he's the only dog. He has to be the only pet. No small children. Somebody that can love on him, that's home, and give him the time that he needs desperately, because him being alone, no matter how big our room is, we try to offer them all the comforts of a home. He had a leather sectional, a TV, chew toys. He doesn't want to be alone. It doesn't matter. He just doesn't want to be alone. And guys, we don't know this. When we say yes to taking in a dog such as Blake, that was found near death, covered in puncture wounds, his entire body on the side of a turnpike, of course we're going to jump as a rescue. We're going to take him in. We're going to get him treated medically, everything that he needs from A to Z, no matter what the cost is. But then we find out later, after they start feeling good, what their real needs are. And when these dogs start acting out, it's because they don't want to be confined in a room. They're not in kennels. They are around people all day, all night. They're alone for maybe 6-7 hours. And that right there, he just doesn't want to be in a room alone. It's horrible, horrible. So tomorrow, I will be doing the run with Shelly to pick up Sally, to bring her from the neurologist back to the eye specialist, have her rechecked. I don't like the look of her eye. She is moving her back legs, but she's not walking. So they're saying at the neurologist, with my updates that I receive twice a day for Sally, they're very pleased that she's able to urinate and defecate. They're very pleased that she's moving her limbs, but she's not walking yet. They're not alarmed. They're not worried. I may be, but they are not. That is why she has not been released yet back into our care. They are keeping her. So you can imagine how long Sally's been there, what our bill is. The first estimate was between $10,000 and $12,000. That was just the very beginning when we first brought Sally in after picking her up from the Miami-Dade shelter as a passenger in my car while I was driving alone, while she was screaming. If you remember that video, I will never shake that, ever. It was one of the worst days in rescue for me, to hear a dog screaming in such excruciating pain. I couldn't wait to get her there. So she's been there, and now she's received her surgery, her MRI, her eye appointment, her eye meds for an infected eye. And I don't know what we'll see and find out more tomorrow after she's rechecked by the eye specialist up in Palm Beach tomorrow afternoon. And I will go live with that visit, as I do with all. All I can do right now is ask for your help by donating, for prayers. Your prayers are so appreciated. But remember, as much as we love your prayers, they are not going to help us, allow us to continue to give these dogs what they need. Even if it's $1 donation, 900 people, 921 people watching right now. If everybody donated $1, it adds up. I know we're all tight, and I get it. I'm right there with you. But any amount would be so greatly helpful and appreciated. All we can do is ask. This is all we can do, is beg and ask. We have no pride, as you know, no pride whatsoever. So please, if you can, make a contribution for all the dogs I mentioned, our ongoing mission, so we can continue. We still have Josie, the kitty cat, that's going to be going in for eye surgery. I don't know what else is coming along the way. There's always a surprise for us. We have a couple of home checks in place for some adoptions. once everything goes through, then we will share the good news with everybody. Right now, again, we need your help. We need your help by donating. We need fosters. So if you could please share this video, share our posts as we post them to try to get these dogs into loving forever homes or fosters. And I'm out of breath. So I am going to shut down. And I will be updating as we go as soon as we find out more on little Mario. And Shelly just texted me. She's on her way to VCA with Grace to get her blood work and her microchip.
New text message from Shelly and Keith for Princess and Jupiter.
And get her vaccines, her microchip and blood work done. That's little Grace. So no CBD oil doesn't work. We've tried it with our dogs, but thank you. So again, I will update once I know more on Mario. For now, yes, Blake has major anxiety. Trying to get through it. Our team is amazing. Thanks to all my amazing volunteers for being there, putting in all the time and love you do every day in and out with our dogs. I don't know what we would do without you. You all know who you are. So I'm going to sign off, and I will update more once I know more. For now, it's 3:45, and this is all I've got for you. So please donate. Thank you in advance. And please don't forget to vote for Balto. For that, we have, I think, 3 more days on that voting. I don't know what's next after that, but we just keep going from round to round. He went from 1st place to 5th place to 4th place. We need to keep those votes coming, and it's all we can do. There's money involved. If we win, it will help our organization immensely. It will really give us a good, chance to help some of these dogs that have so many high vet bills that we deal with on a daily basis. This is Amy with 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida. Thank you again for your love and your support. And as soon as I know more, I will update.